What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to go over my Eonon Android radio for my 2012 Mazda 3. So a lot of you guys have asked questions about this head unit, and a lot of you guys ask me, how's it doing? What are the issues that you're having? And do you think it's still a good deal or a good value? And the short answer is yes. I think this is still a great value. However, I've had it for 4 or 5 months now, and it does come with some issues and annoyances. I do think that overall they are very minor compared to the price point. And when you compare this radio to the stock head unit, it is still a major upgrade, and I do not regret my purchase. So today I'm just going to go over some of those issues. And also I wanted to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day weekend. So I hope everybody has had a great weekend and stayed safe and understood what this weekend's really all about. So as you can tell, as you can probably tell, I'm a little sunburnt. I was out in the sun a little bit yesterday, so I kind of got some sunburn a little bit. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So this is on my 2012 Mazda 3. This radio can be used for 2010 through 2013 Mazda 3s, the second generation in these states. I know in other countries, I think the second generation came out in 2009, but here in the States, it's 2010 through 2013. This is I want to say it's a 9-inch display, maybe it's a 10-inch display. It runs Android 10. There are no physical buttons, as you can tell. So that's probably one of the biggest downside to this. There is no volume knob. However, I do use my steering wheel controls a lot, as you can see. They're pretty wore out. So really, it's not a huge deal for me. I don't really miss the volume knob. I think I've had this, for like 4 or 5 months, and I've reached for the volume knob over here 2 or 3 times. So it's not really that bad. You just kind of have to change your habits a little bit. So that's one downside to this unit. But the upside is you do get the full screen versus the one with the physical button. So you get a bigger screen, and it just looks clean, and it really looks factory too. I mean, it looks really, really good. So let's go ahead and get this thing started up, and you'll see that I've changed the boot logo to the Mazda 3 logo, or the Mazda logo, and it's pretty easily changed. But one downside to this unit is the load up time. It takes a while for it to turn on. So as you can see, it's gonna take a little while to get fully booted up. I wish I could take away the Android logo, but I cannot do that. And I changed my background too to the Mazda logo. All right, so there it is. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't incredibly fast, but it wasn't like extremely slow, but it is a little slower than what I'd like. So one thing that is really, really annoying me with this unit is the time. 1:53. Right now, as you can see on my clock up here, it's 11:22, which is the correct time. I cannot for the life of me get the time to stay correct on this unit. I've tried everything. It will not keep the time. I don't know what it is. I have not attempted to contact Eonon. Possibly, maybe there's a software update that I need to do, but that's probably something that's really, really annoying to me. That's probably one of the larger things that are annoying, because it kind of affects a few things in here as far as needing a time. I do have the front dash cam installed. So whenever you have that installed, it'll use the time on the head unit. So as you can see, it's a military time, but the time is not correct. And it uses coordinates too. If you guys can see that down at the bottom, and I do not believe those are correct. So that's pretty annoying. I think the time on your DVR cam, your dash cam, is pretty important, in case you get in an accident or something. Another thing that I find really annoying on this unit is without changing the software on this, the app launcher, I believe is what it's called. I'm not too hip with Androids. You can't customize this. You cannot change any of this at all without, see, it's not even responding right now. Sometimes you gotta do that and it responds. So that's another issue. But yeah, you can't customize this. So anytime you want to go to Apple CarPlay, you have to, and I use that every single day, you have to swipe over and click phone link, which is Apple CarPlay. It would be nice if it was just right here on the main home screen. But you can't really change that without changing all kinds of crazy stuff in here, and I really don't feel like doing that. I just want this thing to work, and I don't want to add a bunch of stuff to it to slow it down. So that's pretty annoying. Another thing is I had the reverse camera installed, and the one that it came with it for free, and I'm getting ready to make a change on it, but it does it automatically when you go in reverse. This is a 5-speed manual. So as you can see, it's in reverse, and I have the camera tilted up all the way. It's because of the bracket that it comes with. I wish I could make the camera go up more. It's tilted all the way up, and it's kind of facing the ground more than what I'd like. I'll kind of show you what I mean. You can't adjust it any more than what it is. So that's a little annoying. I do think with a little bit of a modification or remounting that camera somewhere else, I can change that. But it is kind of a downside with using that the way it comes. So another thing that I don't really like is the UI for the radio. I really don't like the layout of it, like the colors. I don't think the red looks very good with my theme that I have going on with this car. My car is kind of blue, so I wish I could change that. You really can't change the colors, not that I know of, so I don't really care for that. So another thing that's kind of useless or annoying on this unit is the built-in navigation. So I do have the GPS antenna right there, and I am in a garage right now. However, it just is kind of useless, really. I mean, if you use an Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you really don't need it. But I've found that it's just really, really slow. It doesn't ever like load up or nothing. And I'm really surprised it actually did it that quick. But if you want to like select things, it just, I'm thinking it's looking for an internet connection. And I don't have like an internet connection built into this car at all. So you can download like or you can put like a hotspot in your car and use that. It's actually going a lot faster than it usually does, but it's just kind of useless. And I think it's because I downloaded the map, but it's really just kind of useless. And honestly, I wouldn't even recommend installing that GPS antenna because it's just kind of ugly for one, and really like you don't really need the GPS in here because you'll use more than likely Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So I wish that I could just take that away because it's just kind of in the way and it's kind of annoying. So another issue I get occasionally, probably once or twice a month, is when I'm connecting to Apple CarPlay. I have the cord right down there. It just doesn't want to read my iPhone at all. Like it doesn't want to recognize it, and it doesn't want to do Apple CarPlay. And I've had it happen twice completely in 4 months where it doesn't work ever at all, and it doesn't even start to charge my phone when I plug this in, and I can't use Apple CarPlay at all until the car is completely turned off and the radio I guess, fully resets. You can't really turn this radio off without the car completely turning off. So, not that I know of, at least. So that is something that's really, really annoying when that happens. But it's only happened twice in like 4 or 5 months. So I guess it's not terrible. But, you know, be prepared to have some minor issues with Apple CarPlay. Apple CarPlay works really good, actually, for the most part. So, you know, I've had Apple CarPlay in 2 other GM vehicles, and this unit actually runs a lot better than those GM vehicles, and it sounds better, and I have less issues. So, you know, that's one thing to keep in mind. Is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is not going to be perfect. And, you know, I don't have much experience with Android Auto, but Apple CarPlay, you know, sometimes it's on Apple's end with the iPhone. It's not always the unit, the head unit itself. So it just kind of depends on what your issue that you're having. And make sure you use an Apple cord, factory Apple cord. That seems to help a lot as far as connection issues and stuff. So yeah, just always keep one on hand. Alright, so I do have Apple CarPlay connected, as you can see. Now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is I'm using my iPhone right now to connect to Apple CarPlay, and I'm also using that to record. So, I don't know if I'm going to have any, like, issues as far as, like, performance goes right now, because I'm doing a lot of things, but I just want that to kind of be known. So, it seems like it's going relatively smooth. If I'm not recording, it usually goes a little smoother than this, but it's working fairly well. If you guys have never used Android or Apple CarPlay, it's really like a game changer. Like, it's just really, really nice to use, and it's really convenient and easy to listen to all your music and stuff. And then you got the phone connection, and that doesn't work very well. So, like, when you're trying to talk on the phone, this unit has a built-in microphone, like up here at the top. And it did come with an external microphone. However, I did not install it. And I've heard a lot of people say the external microphone's not very good either. But really, if you're going to use this to talk on the phone when driving, my wife has mentioned that it's very hard to hear me, and there's a lag. So the phone part of Apple CarPlay, which is probably something to do with this unit, is really not good at all. So if you guys are buying this unit to strictly just talk on the phone while driving, I think you're going to be disappointed. Honestly, I don't like talking on the phone when I'm driving. It doesn't matter the fact that I'm hands-free. I could have AirPods in. I just don't like talking on the phone while I'm driving. I like to concentrate on driving. You know, I got a stick shift right here, so it's just sometimes usually just a lot for me to focus on. So it's not a huge deal for me, but anytime somebody calls me, like my wife, you know, you gotta answer when the wife calls. I have AirPods. I just put in my ears real quick and tell her I'm driving, and just talk to her for a few minutes and tell her I like to focus on the road. So that is probably one of the biggest downsides of this unit, is the calling, and you're going to be disappointed if you are coming from the factory Bluetooth calling. My car doesn't have that, and then you're replacing it with this. It's just not very well. Now, if you have experience with Apple CarPlay, you'll know that you can talk for messages. You can talk back, like when you get a message, it'll read it out loud to you, and then Siri will let you talk back. That works good as far as Siri. You know, you can say what you want to say to the message, and then it'll send it. That works really well, so I don't have any issues with that. I just think when you're on the phone, it's a lot for the unit to handle, and it just kind of lags. But yeah, like the Apple Maps, that thing is just really, really neat. It is so convenient, and I use it all the time. And I like this little split screen that it comes with. Apple CarPlay added a few years ago, so that's pretty nice. Music. So if you guys have ever used Apple CarPlay, like in a factory car, like a Buick or any kind of GM product, you'll know that when you're going to the library and you go to artists, it only lets you go down like so far, and then you have to use Siri. This unit lets you just browse your whole library of artists. So you don't have to speak to Siri if you really just want to scroll through your artists while you're at a stoplight or something. You can. On a GM vehicle, it won't let you do that, no matter what. Even when you're in park, it won't let you do that, from what I remember. I know for a fact it's when you're in drive, it won't let you do that, and you're stopped at a stop sign or a stoplight. So that's pretty nice. You don't have that limitation. You can kind of just go through it as you please. Hopefully you guys aren't doing that when you're driving. But it is really nice to have that. You can do that for everything on here. However, you can speak to Siri. You can say, "Hey Siri," and then it will come up and you can tell it what you want to listen to. So yeah, like you can tell it what you want to watch or what you want to listen to, and it'll play it. Overall, I'm really happy with this unit, guys. And you know, you gotta understand, for this price point of this unit, it's really not a bad deal. If you're going to buy this at the price point it's at, and you expect it to run like a $600 head unit or like a $800 iPad, you're going to be disappointed. I'm not going to lie to you. You will be disappointed. You know, sometimes it's a little laggy. You see that. It's not always the fastest. But at the price point it is, what is it, a little under 300 bucks? I love this thing. It truly changed this car. It made me love this car again. And that's the thing, you know, if you're going to go in here expecting a lot, then yeah, you're going to be disappointed for what you paid for it. So, you know, it's just really up to you guys to make the decision. I haven't had any, you know, hardware issues to where it just completely stops working. So, you know, that's a plus, and it's just really just minor issues. And like I said, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. So, if you guys have any questions, you know, about this unit, anything I haven't really answered, please leave a comment. You know, I try to reply to everybody's comment and give them the knowledge that they need. So, yeah, just ask a question if you have any, and if you love this video, please subscribe to my channel and like this video as well. It helps me out a lot, guys. Thank you for watching.